'Tis the season to be spending money and to make your business stand out.
Ho, ho, ho.
The fourth quarter of the year is your time to shine, and in today's episode, we're going to discuss our marketing plan for the fourth quarter. Lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. This year is flying by, and as we enter the fourth quarter of this year, it is a great time to reassess your marketing plan and make sure you have strategic events in place to make the most of the holiday season. It is a time where we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas 3 months in a row, which are great opportunities to get involved in the community, host your own events possibly, or partner with other people who are hosting events just to make an impact and be recognized.
Absolutely. Now, there's a couple things to consider before actually planning your events. And the first is what target segments are you going to be focusing on with your events? So, for example, Brooke has a law firm. Now, she has a couple different target segments. Obviously, the people that she helps day in and day out, families, that is one of her main target markets. However, medical providers are also part of her target market. So what she has to do is she has to figure out different events for each one of her target segments. And then from there, there's a level of science that goes behind it, and that is what your messaging is going to demonstrate. So using the examples previously, her message for families is going to be a lot different than her message for medical professionals. For medical professionals, it's going to be more in line with their interest. She's going to be using more data and information to kind of nurture and cultivate that relationship. Whereas with families, it's going to be incredibly different. It's going to be more about emotional bonding and interests that are going to be in line with what kids want. So those are two very important factors to consider when you're planning your fourth quarter events.
So in the month of October, we have a couple of events that we're going to be hosting. The first is a MaxMed event, which is the name of the networking organization I coordinated for medical professionals. So it's a networking event where medical professionals come and get to know each other and hopefully build relationships to refer business to each other. The MaxMed event that I'm going to be hosting is going to be at a place called Popstroke. Thank you. My mind was blanking. Popstroke, which is a putt-putt golf, a newer putt-putt golf facility that's opened up here locally that's been pretty popular because Tiger Woods is one of the owners or partners in the endeavor. So it's new and it's been really popular, and I've found that with that demographic of medical professionals, that anything relating to golf is very popular. So that's the event we're going to do for the fourth quarter to appeal to and continue to build relationships with the medical community.
Yep. Anytime that you have food, drinks, or an activity like golf, you're going to have a good turnout when it comes to doctors, because those are all hobbies that, for the majority, not all, but the majority speaking, they enjoy doing. It also takes a lot of the pressure off in terms of networking, because they're all working on a team building skill. Even in something like mini golf, where you might not necessarily play in teams, it's still a bonding experience, more so than just going and sitting in a room and then leaving.
A happy hour or whatever. Yeah. You're playing with each other, you're competing against each other in the putt-putt golf contest or tournament. And so it's just a fun time for people to engage with each other and break the ice.
Absolutely. Now, in the same respect, Brooke is not going to give children golf clubs. So that's how her approach is different from with what she would do with doctors, is going to be different than what she's going to do with families.
So the next event we're doing in October is a community-based event, but it also is incorporating the local businesses. And it's going to be a trunk or treat event that we're going to host in our parking lot. And it actually was really easy to coordinate, because my BNI chapter, which I've talked about before, but BNI is a networking group that I participate in, and there's a number of businesses in that chapter. I asked them who would like to participate. So we have, 17 or 18 businesses who volunteer to participate, which is a great number for a trunk or treat. So the vehicles, the businesses show up, they decorate their vehicle to reflect their business, but also reflect the theme of the trunk or treat event. And then they get to pass out candy and other giveaways if they choose to, as the kids come by. And my target demographic mostly is women, and women come out, in my experience, mothers come out for events involving their kids. So I love to participate in events like this, but to be the host of it gives even a little bit more of a recognition to the firm, because people are coming here, they're seeing the office, and they're going to have an awareness that we're here now. And maybe they've driven by it 100 times and just never really paid attention. But now, because they have come for this event, they will hopefully remember that we're here if they do have a legal need. And we, of course, have taken it up a notch. We try to always do something a little bit special. So in addition to the trunk or treat, which there are other trunk or treats in town at that time of year, we are doing I don't want to call it a haunted house, because it's not really a traditional haunted house, but it's kind of an interactive kids activity inside the building. And it's also going to be centered around the businesses. So we have a storyline. The kids are going to come in. We're going to have everything decorated. We'll have characters dressed up in costume, and the kids are going to have a mission of something they have to accomplish. And so they're going to go through the steps of trying to accomplish this mission. And the storyline also involves the businesses that are reflected in the trunk or treat. So they're getting an awareness of the businesses as well. And so they're working together to accomplish this challenge. And then they will save the day and save the city of the zombie apocalypse takeover, and it'll be a fun and memorable experience. So we did that addition of the interactive activity to try to be just a little bit more memorable, a little bit more, stand out a little bit more, and just have people have a great experience.
And this is genius, in my opinion, because if you think about it, like, I know me as a mother, like, my children remember things that happened years and years ago. And now around this time of year, when we have Halloween and different activities taking place, like, they'll say, "Mommy, are we going here again like we did last year?" So the children are going to be reminding the parents of this event. And because she's offering the interactive experience, it's going to make it that much more memorable. Another thing that I think is very, very smart that she's doing with this is, I don't know where you're tuning in from, but here in Florida, door-to-door trick-or-treating is kind of dead. right? So unless you live in a really nice neighborhood, but from what I hear from my family and friends that own houses, in different cities, they say they hardly get any trick-or-treaters anymore. And the big thing is trunk or treats. And when I look on my feed on Facebook, people are looking for things to do months in advance for their children in lieu of doing that door-to-door traditional trick-or-treating. If you enjoy the Miss Biz podcast but still have questions or need advice, we have some exciting news for you. Join us for Miss Biz Connects. Miss Biz Connects is a weekly 1-hour Zoom call on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This is 1 hour each week dedicated to you. We want to meet you and put our brains together to help you grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
To access the meeting link, visit us on our social media pages at Miss Biz Podcast or send us an email to missbizpod@gmail.com.
Join us this Friday and let's grow the Miss Biz Nation.
So being able to offer that as a business owner is very smart. Also, Brooke's timing of it is very smart because she's doing it earlier than Halloween, and most churches and businesses that I've seen, they're doing it a couple days before Halloween, and I think yours is a week or two before Halloween. So there's not too much competition because of the timing in which she's doing it as well.
Thank you for all those great compliments. I didn't know really that you felt that way, so that makes me feel great that you like the ideas. Sometimes I just come up with them and don't really ask anybody what their thoughts are and say, we got to get to work and make this thing happen. But that means a lot that you think that it's a good idea. And this is the first time we're doing this event, so we'll have to let you know how it turns out. But I'm excited about it. Plus, we can promote it on Eventbrite. People will sign up and we'll have their information, their email addresses, and things like that to follow up with them later. So that's another great thing about community events.
Yep, and we'll make an episode about what not to do.
And it's fun. I mean, the staff here are looking forward to it. It's just fun for everyone involved. I think it's going to be a good event. Yeah. Next is Christmas gifts. And so this year I decided to do things a little bit differently. I read a book called Giftology, which I recommend for any business owner. But the author talks about, he's actually a consultant for businesses who want to give gifts. And he says he does not allow his clients to send a gift at Christmas time. He says that it's outplayed. It's done too much. Everybody's sending out Christmas gifts at the same time, and people just don't appreciate it as much as they would. He said you could send the same gift in December at Christmas time, and people may judge it and say, oh, this is all they sent me. I referred them all this business or whatever. They may have an attitude about it. But if you sent that same thing in February, that they would be ecstatic because it was a surprise. Surprise and delight is the emotion that he says you look to invoke when you give a gift. So I don't want to wait till February, but I'm going to try to send my Christmas gifts early. I'm going to try to send them in November is the plan, before people start expecting it. And we're doing it a little different. In other years, I have generally chosen a single gift that I send to everyone, a gift basket or whatever it may be. But this year, we're trying to send gifts that are specific to the recipient. And I've delegated it out among the staff. We had a staff meeting this week where I had a list of all the people we wanted to send gifts to. And I said, who has a relationship with these different people? Find out what they like. Whether it's calling one of their staff members, whether it's looking them up on their social media page to see what their hobbies are, or you may just know it from relating to them in the life of the case. But try to find something that they're going to appreciate and utilize. more than just whatever the standard gift is. So we're doing that. We're taking the next few weeks for everyone to come up with gift ideas for our recipients. Everyone's going to get a gift that's unique to them, and we're going to send them early. So I thought I'd share that with you because this is the strategy that I'm trying out based on the Giftology book, and perhaps you want to try it as well.
Absolutely. And I think the more specific and the more personal that you can make it, the better, especially if they are someone that receives a lot of different gifts from a lot of different people. Now, there are some businesses, like there's one client in particular that I'm thinking of that I have, that they are so happy every time I send them a gift because nobody else that they give business to sends them anything. So for me, it's not that hard because like no matter what I give them, like they're really going to appreciate it. But if you can send them something that's very personal, very thoughtful, not just something that was Amazon, easy order, run of the mill, like something very unique and special, it's going to make a huge difference in how they perceive you and how they treat you in the future as well.
And what I'm trying to convey is just we care about you.
Yep.
You know, and I hope that message comes through because I very much do care about these people. I value them. My business has grown because of their generosity and their referrals and their business. And so I want to express that thanks. And I just think in past years, I kind of just had the mentality of, okay, what does everybody do? What's expected? All the businesses, they choose a gift basket and they send everybody the same thing. And so I was doing it just kind of out of ignorance and also out of efficiency because it is a lot of work to go through and figure out.
And it's expensive. And it adds up. It definitely does.
Oh, for sure. So for all those reasons, I kind of just took an easier route in past years of sending everybody the same thing and then checking it off my list. But this year I'm realizing I'm losing an opportunity. It's an opportunity to show them that they really matter to me. And I'm not just doing it out of an obligation because it's expected to send a gift, but I'm doing it because I took the time to really consider them. And I'm hoping that they're going to feel appreciated by that.
Absolutely. It's all about building relationships. So when I think of my clients, I realize that I'm nothing without them. You know, when it comes down to it, if I don't have any clients, then I don't have any business coming in. And I appreciate so much every single one of the people that choose to do business with me because they could choose to do business with other people. So when you are trying to pick out gifts for your clients or referral partners or whoever it may be, really have that mindset of what can I do that's going to have a significant impact? Not from the mindset that, oh, I want to impress them or, oh, you know, because a lot of times, you know, you could give them a $500 purse, but if the thought process and the heart isn't behind it, then it's useless. So really try to find something that is that they're going to hold on to and that they're going to treasure. You know we're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case,
At Boltz Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. BoltzLegal.com. Right. It doesn't have to necessarily be, like you said, a designer purse or something like that that's super expensive. It really needs to just come from the heart. I know if I receive a gift that is something personal, like I got a great example. My aunt, I'm wearing a bracelet. If you're watching the video, you can maybe see. It's a string with a metal star on it. And my Aunt Treva gave me this for my birthday, and it had a little card that came with it that said, you put the bracelet on and you make a wish, and then whenever the bracelet falls off naturally, then your wish will come true. So it was It was just unique. It's something I've never received before. That had a special thought behind it. It probably didn't cost her a ton of money. It's a piece of string with a charm on it.
Shouldn't take long to fall off.
Well, my birthday was in August, and so what is this? This has been over a month. I tied it on there pretty good, but it hasn't fallen off yet. But it's starting to get worn. But I've been wearing it now because of the sentiment behind it. And I don't usually wear bracelets, so if someone had bought me, some expensive bracelet, I probably would have put it away and worn it on special occasions, but not something I probably would have worn all the time. But because there was a heartfelt message behind this, I immediately put it on, and it's been on since. So I think that's a great example of how something inexpensive can have a meaningful impact.
Yep.
So also in the holiday season, we want to be mindful of giving back. And so we have also, we're going to be participating in a couple of events to help with the underprivileged. So we're going to be doing a turkey giveaway around Thanksgiving time. And I was literally planning to pick up 50 turkeys. And I was asking the staff.
She's always doing the most. Always.
Well, at the staff meeting, I was like, who has a truck so they can help me pick up 50 frozen turkeys? And my brilliant office manager said, what about just gift cards? And I thought, oh, why didn't I think of that? That's so much easier. We can put them in a custom cute packaging and give away the gift cards, and then they can pick up whatever Thanksgiving supplies they would need. And it's just a lot more efficient than 50 frozen turkeys in the back of a truck. So we're going to do the gift cards for Thanksgiving to give away. And so that's one of the things we're going to do in November to give back. And then in Christmas, there's a Christmas in the City, I think it's called, where our offices were right next door to the Sheriff's Department. And it's an event that they put on where they create kind of like a shopping mall for foster parents. And they can come in, and it's just like all these toys, and they can go through and pick whatever items that they'd like for their foster children. And it's all free to them because they're donations. So we're going to be participating in that toy drive to help with that event. It's a really impactful event for children in need.
Absolutely. Anytime that you can, make a difference in the community, it's going to leave a lasting impression, not just to the ones that see you doing it, but the ones that are receiving it. And I believe that you reap what you sow. So if you sow good things and you don't have the mindset that, like, I'm going to get all this business because of it, like, no, your heart has to be in the right place. You have to be doing this because you can and you want to help people. But when you do the right thing, then you are going to be blessed for it. So take advantage of any opportunity that you can to really make a lasting impact and help change the lives for the better.
And on this one, it's not something I'm personally hosting. I'm just participating in an event that the Sheriff's Department is putting on. So you don't always have to be the host if your business isn't at that point yet, but you can participate in a major way. For example, people can drop off toys here and we'll take them over to the Sheriff's Department. But also my BNI networking group, we scheduled a date on the calendar that every member of our chapter is going to bring a gift, and then I'll deliver them to the Sheriff's Department. So I can have a broader impact by using the resources in my networking group, and you could do the same. If you're in any type of networking group, everybody's looking to give back, and if you can join efforts of your other members, you can have a greater impact than what you can have have on your own. So that is just a way you can give back during the holiday season. It may not give a whole lot of recognition to your business. I mean, there's not going to be anything on these gifts that indicate they're from me or my firm at all. But as Rachel said, that's really not the purpose. We just, as a business, want to be a blessing to people in the community.
And really, you can take any event that you do and turn it into something positive. So I know my BNI chapter that I'm part of, we're doing a barbecue in November. And what we're doing is the person who's having it at their house, they said, we'll supply all the food. We just want everybody who's coming in to bring in a gift card so we can collect it and give it to people in the community who are in need. You know, and the same thing for Christmas. We're having a Christmas party and we always bring in toys and then drop it off at one of the places that is collecting toys for tots or some other type of purpose.
That's a great way to utilize your networking groups to help the community. Mm-hmm. So the next thing that we're doing in the fourth quarter is promoting our All About That Case campaign. So we created and filmed a music parody called All About That Case that is a music video. And we put it on YouTube, we put it on social media, but we really want it to have a greater impact over a longer period of time. So we put the song as our hold music at the law firm, and not a day goes by that someone doesn't call in and comment on the hold music that they like it. So that's been great to raise awareness and kind of just stand out a little bit from competitors. Also, we made a custom signature block on our emails that has pictures of the different staff members who were in the video, and it says All About That Case. It's got our 5 pictures. It's got a pink background. It stands out a lot. And then it has a link to click if someone wants to watch the full video. So this has been a great way because we're all sending out emails all day, every day. The staff is, and I am as well. And I'm basically advertising every time we do that now because it's going to stand out. People are going to be like, this is not the typical law firm signature block with these characters dressed up and with
one
the
of them's
background.
in a wheelchair with their thumbs down, like
our scheduler is wearing she's wrapped in
ace
bandages from head to foot, and she's in a wheelchair and she has a neck brace, so it definitely stands out and catches attention, and it's pretty funny. So having that signature block hopefully will bring more awareness to the video, we'll get more views on it, and it just will continue to reinforce that Boltz Legal is creative and that we do things a little differently and that we are trying to stand out from our competitors.
Mindfulness on the go. Here's what you need to know. Are you spending most of your day indoors? Take a moment each day to step outside, even if it's just for a short walk around the block. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Breathe in the fresh air and take in the sights and sounds of the world around you.
This brief outdoor break can work wonders for your well-being. It boosts your mood, reduces stress, and increases your energy levels. And don't forget, it's an excellent source of natural vitamin D, crucial for your overall health. So make it a daily habit to embrace the outdoors and recharge your body and mind. Then the last thing, and this is kind of looking into next year, is the calendar. Do you want to tell us about the calendar?
Okay, so last year for the law firm, we did 2 different types of wall calendars because Brooke was trying to figure out what is something that is useful that someone will actually use if I give it to them, and how can I make it different? How can I make it stand out? So Boltz Legal created 2 different types of calendars, one for chiropractors and one for roofers and public adjusters. And then we we brainstormed as a team to figure out different memes that we could do for different months. And it came out amazing. We did a couple of, we did some investigation and figured out like some different types of shots that we could make for a specific type of meme. We came up with the wording, and it was just something that is very memorable. People see it all year long when it's on their wall. And we got so many compliments from it. I don't think people threw it away. I think the majority of people used them. Whereas if you give someone like I don't know, like a notepad with a name on it, or even just like a generic little calendar, like they might not use it or they might not keep it. But this, I think, was something that people really wanted to hold on to.
One of the highlights of my year was that I went to a public adjusting company to give a presentation, and as I was walking to go to the bathroom, I saw our calendar hanging at someone's desk, and I went over and I was like, you have our calendar, you made my day. And she was like, I love this calendar, it is so funny, it's so clever, I use it all year long. So we want to redo that again this year. So maybe with some different themes or some different, we might even do a Miss Biz calendar for all of our listeners. So if you would like one, send us a message. We can put you on our mailing list. But the calendar was probably one of the most effective things we did, and it's one of the more affordable things. To make the calendar itself, we just took a bunch of pictures and put some memes on it. An example of one for the chiropractors, just to give you an idea, it said, what is a chiropractor's favorite type of dance? And the answer was hip hop, like hip hop. And we all dressed in like gangster rapper type clothes and did like a rapper pose, and then it said the joke on it. And that was just an example of one of the memes that we did on one of the pages. And we had 12, one for each month, and we mailed these out. So to buy a bunch of the calendars, the cost can add up, but if you're just sending maybe 20 of them to people that are in your close network, it's not that much of an expense. It does take quite a bit of time to take all the pictures and come up with all the ideas. But if they use it, they are literally looking at it every day for the rest of the year. And there is nothing you can do better to be a top of mind for a client than for them to utilize your calendar and to have your picture right there looking at them month after month. So it's a great way to do something fun, set yourself apart, and give something to someone that's useful. Calendars are given out a lot, but they're just stock images. If you level up and make it your own, make it creative, it can be one of the most effective ways to market your business.
Personalization is key. And a little side note, if you do decide to make your own calendar, a indirect benefit will be that everybody that works at Walgreens or whatever photo center that you used, they will know who you and your team are, because I guarantee you they have not seen many things like that.
Yeah, and Walgreens that time of year, actually most of the time, they have coupon codes where you can get 50% off if you choose to print there. Or there's other local printers who can print them.
Shutterfly works.
Yeah, there's so many calendar printing companies who offer discounts that time of year that you can really do it for an affordable price. And even the staff here at the office, every one of them has a calendar up in their office just because it's fun and they like it. So, and it's not required. It's not mandatory to use our calendar. So anyways, hope these ideas were helpful to you, to give you some ideas on how to maximize your marketing efforts in the last quarter of this year. It is a great opportunity to do good in the community, to stand out, and to just really build your business growing into the new year.
We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you to encourage you and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltzlegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltzmedia.com. Let's get biz done.